几个月前，我决定采访100位职场高层，他们光鲜履历的背后，没有一个人是一路顺风顺水走上来的。希望这些小小的采访可以带给大家大大的收获。
Hello everyone, welcome to Sharp Talk 沙姐访谈。今天请来一位重量级人物。Today I sat down with the former global CIO of commercial lending for HSBC, Richard.
Thanks for having me. Nice to be here.
What does success mean to you?
Happiness. The happiness is about having the right amount of the right things in your life. It's having the right amount of family, having the right amount of good health, having the right amount of interests, and importantly, you want the right amount of career satisfaction.
Oh, wow.
And so happiness is about getting the balance and finding out what your balance is and then working hard to get it.
What I heard is success is about everything you have. We talk about having it all, but obviously that's a lie. So what is one specific part of your life you had to sacrifice to get to the seat?
So unfortunately, and I regret to say that when I was younger, I always put health and well-being as a second priority. So I was the guy that was working long nights and weekends, and I had my own business for a long time. That meant sometimes you have to give up something in order to be able to work on your vision and work on your dream. And for me, unfortunately, for many years, it was my own health and fitness. But I think if I was to replay the time, I would not have allowed my fitness and well-being to suffer the way that it did.
So imagine that I hand you my CV. So what's the one thing that makes you immediately put in a no pile?
I think if I just get a generic standard CV, the same CV that you send to everybody, because what it shows is that you haven't invested enough time to try and highlight and tailor the things that are most important for the job that you're applying for. And so the advice that I give any job seeker and any young person who's trying to build a career is take the time to tune and tweak your CV for every job you're applying for.
So how much does being liked actually matter compared to being good at the job? And can a brilliant jerk survive under your management?
So there's a difference between being a brilliant jerk and being an asshat. I think the most important thing you can be at work is to be your authentic self. And if your authentic self is somebody who is a little bit neurodivergent, you're the energetic and bubbly person who wants to be the life of the office, and be that. So it doesn't matter, as long as you're your authentic self and you're not trying to be something that you're not.
If you could go back to the 12-year-old yourself, 25-year-old, so what is the one thing that you would say to that young lad?
Always be brave. I've enjoyed a very successful career. I've had my own business for a long time. I've worked at very senior levels in global organizations. But at every single step along the way, I was faced with opportunities to make a decision. But for me, I packed up a life in Australia. I moved to Hong Kong, joined an organization I'd never worked with before, in a community where I didn't have my foundation, didn't have my network. It was terrifying. And I haven't regretted that for a single day. And to all of your viewers and all the young people who are thinking about their careers ahead, sometimes you're going to be presented with opportunities and decisions that look a bit scary, but you know what? Yeah. Nobody had an interesting and rewarding life by doing the safe thing all the time. So be brave.
Be brave. 勇敢一点. So, everybody, if you like the channel, please subscribe. 点击关注，我们有更多的高层的 sharing， 等着大家。谢谢大家，拜拜。